What's this bizarre logo? Orion Pictures.
I remember and love Orion Pictures.
They're back with the same logo. They put stuff out now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know when they started again, but at least for the last few years, I've seen the Orion logo.
Fascinating.
I'm Rich Evans.
I'm Jay Bauman.
And I'm Mike Stoklasa, and this is our commentary for RoboCop.
Oh, this is probably the most bizarre blockbuster of that era. It's very unusual. It's not just like a crowd pleaser. It has such a weird tone. The sort of sarcastic, satirical nature of the movie.
It's comical, it's over the top, and yet it still treats itself seriously.
This is a good time to point out that we are watching the unrated version. There's an R-rated version, the theatrical version, which a lot of this sequence was cut out of.
Was it?
But we're watching it in all its glory.
I love the Smithers. What's his name? The Smithers character.
Yeah, I don't know the character's name, but
When the Captain Jellicoe gets shot out the window, and he's like, he has this like excited look on his face, like he's getting murdered, and then when he falls out the window, he gives a thumbs up.
Well, he knows he's going up in the company.
Yeah, it's just brilliant. This movie's sick,
yeah.
but it's so much fun.
I remember this movie being gory as a kid, but then when you see the unrated version, it's even worse. I mean, this guy is just getting obliterated.
There's more shooting.
This is the look at like
Oh,
that.
okay.
These shots here.
Yeah.
There's more. Obviously, Paul Verhoeven, who directed this, went on to do Starship Troopers with a similar tone.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the kind of precursor to what he does in that, where the male and female officers are all equal.
Yes.
They're all in this locker room together. I think there's a couple
As
women in here.
demonstrated conveniently with a co-ed shower scene.
Yes.
Honestly, Jay, I think it looks awesome now.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, like, it's not practical.
We need
in
to
a
point out
realistic,
this scene.
Yeah.
No, but this isn't the
God damn
real
it.
world.
Wait, Mike wants to talk about this guy pissing.
No, she cannot resist looking down at his penis.
I know, it's a
And
cute touch.
I love that moment. And what's even more telling is that the character's name is Cox.
Is it really?
It's Joe Cox.
Holy cow! This is great too. How long of a chunk is devoted to just this POV stuff?
Yeah.
Like it's a great way of telling a story where it's like we get, he wakes up for a moment and then he, shuts down, and then he wakes up and it's like months later. And so we get all this information about like how long they've been working on it just through these little snippets.
Oh, yes. RoboCop's introduction.
Yeah. Just get little glimpses.
And all the cops here are running like excited children to see the new RoboCop.
Because in the theater, as an excited child, you would have been just like them.
I know. As a 5-year-old watching this X-rated film.
This was the era when that was the thing. These
The 80s were wonderful.
violent R-rated movies that appealed to children.
They made this a cartoon show.
They made Rambo a cartoon. They made so many cartoons based on violent R-rated movies.
And we're all fine. Why are people so stuck up these days? Bring back the R rating.
They would never make a movie like this ever again. And it's a shame. Oh no, it's my least favorite scene.
To the bathroom scene?
The executive lounge bathroom scene.
Why is this your least favorite scene?
Well, there's an obvious tension because Dick Jones is obviously making a number 2.
Yeah.
And the whole time, I just keep waiting for him to wash his hands. And he never does, and then he runs his fingers through the hair of Bob and grabs his hair and then leaves without washing his hands.
It's Dick Jones.
Now, here comes another genre, the superhero genre. RoboCop is a superhero, and
this is his origin story.
Like Perfect Clockwork, he now goes out in his superhero uniform and starts solving crimes.
Solves a couple small ones.
The first one is the traditional guy holds up a liquor store. Then he prevents a rape, and then stops a hostage situation. Boom, boom, boom.
The former mayor.
Who's
mayor. Sad he lost the election.
Yes.
I love when he grabs it too. It's so awkward the way he's trying to pull him.
Because he's wearing a big awkward RoboCop suit.
Well, the most awkward thing is that he just punches him right in the face. He has subdued him.
Yes.
But for no reason.
He punches him out a window.
You never see him punch anyone ever again.
Any special message for all the kids watching at home?
Stay out of trouble.
This is toxic waste.
This is Toxic Waste Man.
There's even a little characterization with the gas station clerk. It's just a college student studying geometry.
This guy who is just resentful of somebody who might think he's smarter than him.
He could have been reading a book called The Dangers of Toxic Waste. Something like that. Yes, I'm an ecologist learning proper ways to dispose of toxic waste that'll safe for our environment. Oh, that's a bunch of crap, man.
Toxic waste is fine.
It's just fine.
Leave it where it
never
is.
hurt nobody.
Yeah, toxic waste ain't never heard.
And then he looks right at the camera.
That is a great explosion.
Even though for that wide shot, RoboCop's face got much, much wider.
Yeah, you can tell. The guy in a burn suit underneath the
Yeah,
suit.
under a clunky RoboCop suit.
That's all right though. Any kind of visual errors, I'm okay with, except for the ending when he falls off. I would have been okay with a dummy.
Yeah. There's a bizarre cutaway in this sequence. It cuts to like people dancing, and there's like a 1 second shot of Paul Verhoeven with his face like right in the camera. There he is. It's just Paul Verhoeven going crazy.
He's dancing. Here's where
Did you know this movie was made in the 80s?
Bob's doing lines of coke with Bette Midler.
This scene is great.
Let's let Boddicker say bitches leave. Okay. The greatest line in motion picture history.
Clarence Boddicker is probably one of the greatest characters in motion picture history.
He's just pure evil.
Yeah.
He's pure evil.
He's a scumbag.
Just a classic scumbag.
He's just a classic scumbag who loves it.
Oh my god.
It's funny too, because Kurtwood Smith, like I think a lot of people, especially people maybe a little bit younger than us, probably know him mainly from that 70s show. He was the dad on that. That's a pretty dramatic difference.
Yeah. I liked his performance in Star Trek Voyager.
Oh. Hey, did you know this movie was made in the 80s?
Also, I like this actual factory equipment for manufacturing drugs.
Fuck you. Oh, he missed.
Not that it really matters.
No.
Aim for the face.
He's a good soldier, but he's not necessarily the best, like, police officer.
Yeah, the reason that they didn't end up using the Ed Neumeyer script for the second movie, I think it was just like an outline. It wasn't a full script. But then there was like a writer's strike. And so to proceed with the second movie, the only way they could make it is if they hired a writer that wasn't in the Writers Guild, which is how Frank Miller got involved.
So is it like a fully... Oh, you said it's an idea.
I think it was like an outline. It wasn't a full script.
Okay. That would be so great if they had a full script,
Yeah.
put in a drawer with a layer of dust on it. They
And
just
they
took
just
that
made
script
it.
and made that like a time capsule with
Yeah.
no like fucking studio interference or changes to accommodate a modern sensitive audience or
They
anything.
did something with that with an Ed Wood script. Like in the 90s. I can't remember the name of the movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was like an old Ed Wood script, and they just made it.
Was it Showgirls?
There's another Frank Miller script for RoboCop 2, and there's a comic book version of Frank Miller's original RoboCop. And that's supposed to be infamously bad.
Like, it's so confused.
Oh, God, 30 years later, it's still funny.
RoboCop
just runs away.
I'm out of here.
I found this incredibly disturbing as a kid. RoboCop without his helmet on.
Yeah.
Just this face that's like duct taped onto a robot head.
I find it disturbing as an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Oh, God. And he's like wheezing and
His,
like it's
his
horrifying.
fingers are melting at the tips.
Yeah!
So fucking disgusting.
Can you imagine a studio executive watching like the first cut of this movie and be like, what the and there's no way to cut it out because otherwise there'd be no explanation as to what happened to that guy. Oh, Jesus. Oh no! I love Bodeker's he's just like, shit.
Again, this is a best of the worst movie, like just done to perfection.
But done well, yeah.
It's filming in an old steel factory. Some guy explodes, hit by a car.
Yeah, that is an effective shot. That
It looks good.
yeah. How do they do that?
I would imagine it's a dummy.
It's just a problem, but I mean, it helps that it's a robot suit.
Yeah.
You know, not an actual body.
Just a dummy in that
Yeah.
pose.
Look at that! Look at that! That's amazing. So here we got the worst dummy in the history of movies, and then bam, your movie's over.
Dun, 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 dun.
Shoot the bad guy, falls out the window, done.